TV Bharat. Today, nations are transitioning from a unipolar to multipolar world. At the recent SPIEF, St. Petersburg International Economic Forum 2024, we learned that Brics plus nations diligently works towards this multipolar shift. I am privileged to be a special invitee to the plenary sessions the Russian government hosts, learning from the thoughtful speeches of Honorable President of Russia, Honorable President of Bolivia, and Honorable President of Zimbabwe was an honor. The most interesting part was the discussion formed between the host and the Honorable President of Russia, which provided an in-depth experience and insights to the present socio-economic landscape and how the participating nations are addressing these issues. Let me come to the point. The SPIEF discussion forum highlighted the emergence of multipolar world, shifting from Western hegemony dominated by West and European countries, shaping global economies and political systems. With its rapid growth, China's rise positioned it as the world's second largest economy through initiatives like Belt and Road Initiative. India, one of the fastest growing economies driven by Make in India and Digital India, focuses on manufacturing and technological advancement. Emerging economies in South Asia, such as Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, and Africa, including Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya, are becoming significant markets and investment hubs due to industrialization and improved governance. The multipolar world encourages economic diversification, geopolitical realignment, and multilateralism, fostering inclusive global governance. Challenges include effective coordination among multiple nations, potential regional conflicts, and economic inequality, while opportunities lies in innovation, economic growth, cultural exchange, and balanced power distribution. Technological growth is evident in AI, biotechnology, renewable energy, and information technology, which enhance connectivity and access to information. Economic shifts, political and geopolitical changes, technological advancements, and diverse governance model drive the decline of Western dominance. Enhancing sovereignty involves focusing on state, cultural, and economic sovereignty. Equal partnerships and trade emphasize building technological and industrial partnerships, localized production, and achieving strategic goals such as economic sovereignty and sustainability. Trust in financial systems is challenged by economic sanctions, financial crisis, and currency dominance, prompting a shift towards national currencies and development of an independent payment system by Brics. Foreign trade growth is notable with a 60% increase in trade with Asian countries, while doubling trade volume with the Middle East, a 69% increase with Africa, and a 42% growth with Latin America. Now, Russia's economic growth is marked by a 5.4 GDP growth rate in Q1 2024, driven by energy exports, government policies, and diversification efforts, positioning it as the fourth largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity. Future goals focus on strengthening financial and technological sovereignty, increasing production capacity, and enhancing competitiveness. The shift towards a multipolar world presents challenges and opportunities, and by embracing technological innovation, promoting sustainable development, and fostering diverse economic ties, Russia aims to secure its position in the global economy, focusing on strategic goals that strengthen sovereignty, enhance competitiveness, and foster a balanced international order for shared prosperity and growth. In light of our discussions on the opportunities and challenges of a multipolar world, and the SPIEF discussions on Russian economic progress over the last 2 years of sanctions, I have conducted a comparative study of the world economy, incorporating insights from other economists. According to Rudolf G. Adam and Michael A. Peters, provide comprehensive perspectives on multipolarity. Adam emphasizes the long-standing concept of multipolarity since the fall of the Roman Empire, contending that the present global landscape lacks a single dominant power and true equality among major powers. He highlights the importance of legally binding international order to avoid a Hobbesian world and believes that multiple entities can shape and sustain world order through legitimacy and consensus. Peter traces the evolution of global order from the post-war era, describing the shift from Cold War bipolarity to unipolarity. After the collapse of the Soviet Union and eventually to today's multipolarity, noting that the 2008 global financial crisis marked the beginning of this multipolar era. Peter points out that emerging blocs and new development models, particularly in Asia, reshape global influence. Adam, on the other hand, identifies key power brokers in multipolar world, including the United States, China, India, Russia, the European Union, the Arab world, Africa and Japan, detailing their strengths and challenges. He notes the US dominance in military, economic, cultural and technological fears. In case of China, rapid economic growth and military improvements. In India, significant economic growth and challenges in energy dependence and social inequalities. When we talk about Russia's strategic importance and economic struggles, on the other hand, the European Union economic and cultural influence but lack of military capabilities. On the other hand, Arab world's financial resources from oil and gas market but governance issues. Africa growth potential but internal unrest. And Japan's technological prowess but limited military capabilities. Peter also identifies the US, China and the European Union as a key economic powers and recognizes the dynamism of Brics and the Group of 77. He suggests shifts in core periphery dynamics with China and India potentially emerging as dominant poles. Notes the challenges for the EU and Russia and emphasizes the influence of allies and trading partners in shaping global blocs. Peter also highlights Sino-Russian relations and frames from the global situation as a choice between democracy and autocracy in the national security strategy. In view of Adam, highlights strategic neutrality, internal threats in the US, uncertain futures for India, the EU and Russia and potential for peaceful global adaptation versus the risk of conflict. Peters emphasizes China's role in shaping the multipolar narrative challenges to US influence and the importance of addressing global structural inequalities and environmental sustainability in the multipolar world. In conclusion, Adam and Peter recognize the complexity of the current multipolar world but approach it differently. Adam focuses on major power challenges, strategic significance and the need for a legal binding international order. At the same time, Peter provides a historical perspective highlighting the shift from unipolarity to multipolarity and the emerging dynamics within the new order. Both perspectives underscores the importance of diplomacy, cooperation and addressing internal and external challenges to shape a cohesive and peaceful global future. Adam is more concerned with the current geopolitical landscape and the roles of key power brokers. At the same time, Peter dwells into the broader historical and economic transformations that have led to the current multipolar reality. They offer a comprehensive view of the evolving global order and the critical factors shaping its future trajectory. However, Adam and Peter describe the roles of the United States and China in a multipolar world. Adam states that the US maintains dominance through the military, economic, cultural and technological power with a strong alliance like the Anglo-Saxon alliance. in case of China, achieved a rapid economic growth and improved military capabilities, becoming an appealing partner for developing countries. However, it faces a significant internal challenges. Whereas Peter considers the US, China, and the EU key economic powers in today's multipolar world, emphasizes China's rising influence through new development models like National Development Bank and the Belt and Road Initiative, and its central role in reshaping global capitalism. As outlined by Adam and Peters, the primary challenges and strategic positions of India and Russia in a multipolar world are that India is experiencing significant economic growth, but faces challenges like energy dependence, social inequalities, and limited global influence. Relies heavily on Russian defense equipment. On the other hand, Russia remains strategically important due to its natural resources and military capabilities, but struggles economically and lacks soft power due to its aggressive foreign policy. On the other hand, Peter highlights Russia's diminished influence due to sanctions and conflicts, and India's potential as a dominant pole in Wallerstein's world systems theory, emphasizes the complexities of India and Russia's future in the multipolar world. Thank you for being with us today. In our next episode, we will pick up where we left off with a more in-depth analysis of this SPIEF. Stay tuned for more insights.